Hi there, it's Ahme and Katie here. We are at Pilates in Ada today, and I'm going to attempt with you at home a very creative class where I teach two classes at the same time. I'm going to teach a reformer class and a mat with small props version of the same class. And so you can follow along with whichever you have at home, and it may be kind of interesting to see if you're working with the small props and mat, how it would look on a reformer, and if you're working on a reformer, how that relates to your mat work. Now you will need a few small props if you're doing the mat version: a towel, a foam roller, stretchy band, squishy ball, this is an 8-inch squishy ball, and then some sort of hand weights. Could be any style. I have these small balls, but it could be a traditional hand weight style. 2 or 3 pounds weights would work well for this. So we're going to start sitting. You'll sit on the reformer facing this way. A red or a blue spring would be perfect. And this is our mermaid, so Katie, you can pick whichever mermaid legs you like the best. I'm going to sit on the mat with my legs crossed, one hand on the roller. Katie's going to slide the reformer out. I'm going to roll the roller out and then sit back up to tall. And we're playing here with stretching and opening the side of the body. Taking a few nice deep breaths. We've got an inhale as you reach up and over, and an exhale as you come on up. This next one, let's hold into the side stretch, breathing into that side body. Dive the top hand down towards the ground, looking at the floor, and then lift that top arm up to look into the ceiling. Dive it down. Now we're adding a little rotation here, and lift it up. One more time. All you're feeling for is a really nice, yummy stretch. And then sit yourself on up, and we're over to the other side. I just flip my roller. Katie moves over. Reach up and over, inhale, and then all the way up and tall. That's your exhale. Reaching up and over, inhale, and all the way back up, exhale. Just nice and easy, flowing with your breath, feeling your body, stretch and move. Now we'll hold that side stretch, dive the arm down towards the ground, look at the floor, and then lift, reach for the sky. Keep breathing. Dive on down, scoop and look to the floor. Reach and lift to the sky. One more time. Dive down, scoop, and lift and reach, and let the carriage come in or roll your roller in. Nicely done. Now we're going to set up for some footwork. Katie will set it up in the traditional way, 3 springs of your choice. Come to lay on your back, and I'm going to do my footwork standing. The roller provides a really good balancing tool, but you could use a chair or something solid. So Katie, go ahead and just press out and in your regular position. I'm going to do this in standing as some squats. So both of us are thinking of the alignment of our feet, making sure that our knees go in the same direction as our toes. And we're just starting to warm the body up, kind of get some movement there. Nice hip hinge here for me. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And a 1. Nicely done. Now, Katie, go ahead and do your prehensile, so wrapping your feet around. And what I'm going to do with for my foot, and then press out and in there with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a ball or a prop to kind of press, or if my ball will roll, I could roll or press on the bottom of my foot. One of the things that we're doing with footwork is stimulating and waking up the nerve endings and the connection of the foot to the ground. So I'm going to do that just by pressing into a little ball. Or if I had a little massage ball, I could roll it around on my foot right here. Just waking up that bottom of the foot. Excellent. Now, Katie, you're going to go to that dorsiflexion. You're on your heels, pulling your toes back. Yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and press my heel back and create a stretch for my calf muscle. And play a little with bending and straightening the knee. This is going to help to stretch out and get an action in the ankle that we would call dorsiflexion. It's like what we'd commonly call flexing the ankle. I'll go ahead and switch sides. Same thing. Drop that heel back. Do a little bending and straightening of the knee to warm up that movement in my body. Nice. Now finally, Katie, go ahead and back onto your toes. Your legs go straight, heels drop and rise. Working on that. And here I'm going to work on my releve. So I'm balancing. I'm going to rise up and lower down. Rise up and lower down. One of the advantages on the reformer is the heels can reach under the bar as well. Now we're both going to alternate, alternating heels for Katie, but for me on the mat, I'm going to go ahead and bend my knees, rise my heels up, and then do my alternating from here. So one heel drops, then my other heel drops, and switch, and switch. And this one you may want a little tool to help you with your balance, although if you can do it without, that's pretty cool too. So 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and stand up, bring everything in. Now kneeling, abdominals on the foot bar for the reformer, and I'm going to go to my squishy ball under my tummy. So Katie, your hands on the wood, knees on the carriage, and you're taking it to a light spring. So one yellow spring is a good one for the reformer. Here I've got the ball under my tummy, anchor on my elbows, anchor on my knees. Katie, you slide the carriage out so you're in a straight line. We both hug our abs up and in, connecting with that deep transversus abdominis muscle. Hugging up and in, I'll start to gradually lift my weight out of the ball, and Katie will slide the carriage in and out from her shoulders. As you slide the carriage out on the reformer, it gets harder, but we're both working on the same skill of core activation, waking up those deep core muscles. Now, if I want to make it more challenging, I could tuck my toes, lift my knees up, but then I have to lift 100% weight out of that ball. I'm not leaning in the ball at all. Zipping up and in through the abs, breathing, hugging those low abs in, hugging the belly button in, and those upper abs, tucking those ribs in. And we hold for 4, or keep going, and 3, and 2, and 1. Ease everything down. Yes. All right, up on the reformer. Katie, you're going to go to 1 red, 1 yellow. On the mat, I get to do this one without anything. I suppose I could put the weights in my hands. Lay on your back, pick up the loops. This will be supine arms, which means laying, or supine arms and abs, supine abs. Lift the legs to tabletop. Take the little loops in your hands. We'll take a second to organize ourselves here, nice and broad through the shoulders, zipped up through the core. Now you curl forward and reach the arms to the hips, and then ease yourself on back down. Curl and reach, ease back down. Curl and reach. Now we're setting into our abs here. We're really waking up those upper abs, thinking of curling the chest towards the thighs. 2 more. We're going to take this into 50 of the hundreds. So curl up and hold. If you want more challenge, slide your legs out long. Beat the arms with the rhythm of the breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and 2 more. You got this. Curl it up a little bit more. Reach into those straps if you have the straps. And then let's all ease back down, taking a little rest. Shake it out. Now we have the other 50 to go. We're going to start the same way. Lift the legs. Now this time, curl up, reach your hands to your hips. But when you come down, open your arms to the sides. So curl and reach to the hips, and then open to the sides. Already, if you're looking for more challenge, you can carry your legs a little further away from you. So if you tuck your knees in, it gets easier. If you reach your knees out, it gets harder. 2 more like this. And then let's do our second set of those hundreds. Hold yourself up there, beat the arms. So we got an in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 3, 4, 5. Little sniffs through the nose for the inhales, and little blows through the mouth for the exhales. It's an in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3. One more time through. Reach into the straps or reach forward with the arms and ease everything on down. Well done. You're going to store the loops. We're headed into bridge. Now, Katie, I think you can keep your same spring. So I think you've got a red, yellow. That's a good choice for bridge as well. We could go red, blue, red, yellow, something like that. On bridge, on the reformer, you want to make sure that the headrest is down. So you don't have the headrest up, lower it down if you do. So for now, we're going to keep the carriage in, press into the feet into the foot bar, and lift your hips up into the air for bridge. And then lower back down. This is a neutral bridge today, so we're trying to lift and lower the back as one unit rather than rolling through it or articulating. We're connecting with the back chain of the body. So glutes, hamstrings, back muscles, lifting and lowering. Now lift and hold yourself at the top. I'm going to do something a little different. Katie's going to go ahead and slide the carriage in and out. I'm going to stay here and do little micro pulses. I'm thinking of pressing my heels down into the ground, really connecting that back chain of the body. Katie's working on the same thing, but it's got more movement, right? The bend and straighten of the knee. We both have 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and we can both take a break. Kind of a quick little shake out there. Now here comes a challenge. So you could do exactly what you just did or take me up on the challenge. Lifting your hips up into bridge, connecting the back of the leg. Here's the challenge. Stand strong into one leg and lighten the touch on the other leg. So I'm going to go up onto my tiptoe or float the leg into the air. Now you do the same thing. On the reformer, you're out and in. On the mat, you're doing little pulses. Now I'm focused on that heel that's pushed and anchored into the mat. Little press and press and press and press. Or you're sliding the carriage out and in. Yes. 2 more good ones. And then let's lower down, take a little break. Reset, reorganize for the other side. Lifting on up. Take a moment to anchor into your strong side. Lift weight out of the other side. I've got the little presses. On the reformer, you're sliding in and out. It's optional to float the leg in the air. Don't need to do that. You could keep the foot on the foot bar or on the mat and just have it be a slight assistance. Glutes, hamstrings, back muscles. 2 more, and then lower everything down. Nicely done. All right, come on up. We're headed into some back work and arms. So Katie, go ahead and put your box on in the long box position. You'll go to a blue spring. Let's do a blue spring. And then I'm going to lay on the mat on my chest. No straps, just the bar. So then here we're just starting with our swan. Katie will push the carriage out to long arms, and then we both lift and lower the chest. So we look a little different in the mat version than the reformer version. Nice way to coordinate your breath on this one. Inhale as you're lifting your chest up. Exhale as you lower. Legs long and strong for both of us. A light hug to that low belly, supporting the low back. That lift to swan and lower. Let's lift and hold for a few breaths at a spot that feels good. On the mat, I can move my arms to where it feels like it supports my back in a nice back extension that feels good for me. Our legs reach long. The upper chest puffs forward a little bit more, reaching forward, articulating. We're trying to find the upper back take one more breath here, and then we'll ease on down. Now on the reformer, go ahead and slide the carriage in. We're going to do breaststroke. So watch Katie on how she safely gets in and out of this position. You notice her grabbing the straps, pulling to anchor them up onto that front corner, and then just putting your belly on. All together, we're going to reach the arms forward, circle around. At the hips, you lift your chest up. Dive and reach forward, circle around, and lift it up. Now we're into strengthening the back muscles and working the arms in coordination. Really good exercise for posture. Work with your breath here. 4 more breaststroke. Katie's on a blue spring. That's a nice spot to start. You can go a little lighter or a little heavier if you need to. Finishing strong here. Last one. Hold it for a second. Now, on the reformer, go ahead, anchor your hands and turn around. You'll be on your box facing the other way. Actually, I'm going to do this for you. Let's drop these out of the way for this one. So on the mat, I'm going to pick up my weights and bring them to either side of my hip, my arms either side of my hip. Now, Katie, you're going to walk your hands up the ropes, let the ropes hang to the outside of the track, and you're doing your pulling straps. You're going to draw your hands to your hips, lifting your chest up, and then lower back down. Now we're doing the same thing on the mat, we just don't have the arm movement. So I've got the weights in my hands, that's my resistance. The resistance on the reformer is coming from that spring. But both of us should land in the same spot right there, and then lower back down. Reach, and lift, and lower back down. We've got 4 more here, reaching my arms long, lifting the chest. Now you'll notice that I'm focusing on my shoulders lifting up high and the hands just float just barely off the floor. I feel the backs of my arms working, the connection of my upper back. Now let's go ahead and hold at the top for both of us. Really reach into those straps. Really work at straightening the elbows. Now see if your chest can widen a little more, as if the tips of the shoulders can reach back to the ceiling. Holding here, feeling that strength through the back of the arms, back of the shoulder, upper back for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Ease on down. Excellent. Careful as you step off the reformer. And on the reformer, we're headed to short box abs. So all the springs go on, the box turns, and I'm going to do the same thing on the mat. Now for these, you can use a prop or not. So Katie just won't use a prop. I'll hold my ball since I've got it. You hook your feet into the straps or just have your legs out front, hold your arms out about chest height. Now we tuck the tail, scoop the abs, start to roll ourselves back. Pause a second. What we're looking for here is the sweet spot where we're really focused in the abs. See if you can tuck your tail a little more, scoop your abs in a little stronger. Now we take the arms and reach them up and lower down. This is all about the abs, so try to keep your shoulders and arms very relaxed and easygoing. Talk to your legs and kind of make them chill out a little bit too. All you need your legs to do is keep track of that strap. Otherwise, all your power and strength comes from your midsection. 2 more like this. And a 1. Go ahead and sit up for a little break. Let's set that up again and add a rotation. So we've got tuck your tail, scoop your abs, roll it back. Arms come with us as we take a little twist to the left. Through the center, a little twist to the right. Little twist to the left. Little twist to the right. Now in either case, if I want to make this exercise harder, the farther back I lean into it, the harder it gets. If I want to make it a little easier, if I sit up a little more, that'll help. Bring it center and sit on up. Now around the world, Tuck your tail, scoop your abs, roll it back. We take a twist to the left. The arms go up. Twist to the right, and the arms come down. That's reverse each time. So twist, up and over, twist. Bring it center. Twist, up and over, twist. Bring it center. Take a break at any time and reset. This is definitely a challenging one. Let's do one more each way. Finishing strong here, last one. Ooh, I'm feeling the heat. And sit yourself on up. Nicely done. All right, we're gonna get rid of the box and do a little bit of standing work. So on the reformer, let's go to a yellow spring. I like that. You can, and with the standing work, if you want to use your roller as a way of helping you with balance, you can do that. So the yellow spring on the reformer is very light, so it's very slippery. And this is we're going to work on inner thigh for this. So I'm going to place my ball between my inner thigh, and both of us are going to come down into a squat. Now today on the reformer, I don't want the reformer to move at all, so I want Katie to think about hugging in to hold the carriage tight. I'm going to hug in on my ball. Arms come out, and we've got little pulses here, little press, 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 press. So I'm thinking of a light squeeze to connect the inner thighs on the ball. Katie's thinking of drawing the carriage in so it does not move. And together we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand on up. Now step off the reformer and change your spring to a red spring. I'm going to change to my towel, placing the towel under one foot. We're both going to come down into a squat, standing on the foot that doesn't have the towel or that's on the wood, sliding the carriage in and out, or sliding the towel in and out. So slide it out, pull it in. Slide it out, pull it in. Want to make sure that that foot on the carriage is nice and secure. So if you need to hook over the edge or use a little sticky, that works. Yes, together we have 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stand on up. Now we're switching sides. Let's do them in reverse order on the other side. So we'll keep the red spring. I'm going to keep my towel, come down into that squat, get strong on the stable side, slide it out, slide it in. Again, if I want to help have something to hold on to, I can. Building a little heat in this section of class. Stay as low as you can, but if it's bothering your knee, come up a little higher. Yes, so together we have 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stand on up. We need a spring change on the reformer. Dropping down to the yellow. I'm going to grab my ball. Come on down into the squat. Think about drawing the carriage in or hugging in on the ball. And little pulses right here. Whew. Feeling a nice little sizzle. Getting stronger. Keep breathing. Yes, let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand on up. Excellent. We're going to feet in straps on the reformer. I'm going to grab my stretchy band. So feet in straps, 2 springs, red, blue, or 2 red. You're going to step your feet into the loop. Now, Katie will step into both loops on the reformer. I'm going to use my stretchy band and only do one side at a time. So we'll start with a bend and stretch. So the knees bend in towards the chest and then reach out. Just do 4 of those. And then hold the reach. Katie's going to go on some nice slow circles to feel the stretch. And I'm going to start to guide my leg around in that circle. Feeling the stretch as the leg comes around the corner, inner thigh on the outside, In both cases, we keep our pelvis anchored down. Then pause at a nice stretch for you. Yeah, if there's somewhere that just really feels good, you could pause there. And then on the reformer, change direction of your circle, and on the mat, I'm going to change onto my other leg. I've got my 4 bend and stretch. And then big circle. Feet and straps, those leg circles are a client favorite around here. I love them too. And this home version with the band feels pretty great as well. Just one leg at a time. You can slow down or pause with any stretch that you find along the way that you really enjoy. Nice. And then final stretch for today is a lunging stretch. So go ahead and step your feet out of the loops. 1 red spring's a nice choice on the reformer. On the mat, we're just going to come down on 1 knee, step 1 leg forward. Slide out on the reformer till you feel that stretch in the hip, and I'll just hold here, opening through the hip. Now, the hip that's stretching, so for both of us, that's the knee that's down. That's the arm that's going to lift into the air. Reaching for the sky, lifting the chest as we open that hip into the stretch. 2 breaths. And then set that hand down. Katie's going to straighten the front leg to find a stretch in the back of that front leg. I can do the same. It increases the stretch if you flex the ankle. Oh, I'm really feeling that one. 2 more breaths here. And then let's head on to the other side. Step that other leg through. Find that hip stretch right in the front of the hip right here. Easy does it. Now the hip that's stretching, the knee that's down, that's the arm that goes in the air. Lifting the chest, reaching up. There's chains of connection in the body, and this is stretching one whole network of fascia and muscle connection. 2 more breaths. And then we'll ease that down, straighten the front leg, possibly flex the ankle. Now we're stretching down the back of the leg. Calf muscle, the hamstring into the hip. 2 more breaths. And easy does it to come on home. We'll all stand up together a moment. Let your shoulders shrug up into your ears. Take a breath. Exhale, let them just fall down. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Again, shrug those shoulders up into the ears. And let them fall down. Last time, shoulders come up. Soften, release them down. Chest is open. Crown of the head floats up. You feel tall, balanced, strong, flexible, and together we take that breath. Inhale, exhale, the sigh of satisfaction. Job well done. Great, thank you guys. See you next time.